And it's MLB with MLB News back with another video. And in today's video, we're going to do 11 MLB players that talents are being wasted currently. So if you like this kind of content, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you get notified whenever I upload a video. Link to my other channels in the description below. And let's go ahead and get into this video. Starting off with our first player is going to be Ketel Marte of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Ketel Marte is a very good player. And we saw that last year. In 2019, he had a breakout season. But this year, the Diamondbacks were just a terrible team. Team that was in 5th place. What a terrible season. Terrible signing, Madison Bumgarner was. Madison Bumgarner was a piece that ruined the whole team from last year. And, I mean, they just were not good. And Ketel Marte didn't have a great season either. I mean, looking at the season that he had in 2019, he didn't have nearly as good of a season this year, which is disappointing, but just not as good. A reason for that, I personally think, is because Charlie Marte was taking up center field. He didn't get to play center field, etc., etc. Pete Alonso of the New York Mets is number 2. And Pete Alonso fits on here because the Mets continue to be a mediocre team that at the start of the season is always, oh, they're great. They're a first place team. They are just great. What a great team the New York Mets are. Watch out for them this season. Oh my gosh. You better be watching out for the Mets. They're going to the World Series. They're winning the World Series, beating 7-7 the AL. Yeah, never happens. They're so mediocre. Next, at number 3, is Whit Merrifield. Whit Merrifield has continuously, his talents are being wasted. Ever since he's came up in the league, the Royals have been a 4th or 5th place team. And they're in probably the worst division in baseball, in that AL Central, which is very disappointing. And if I was Whit Merrifield, I would request a trade and get the heck out of Kansas City. Number 4 is Anthony Rendon of the Los Angeles Angels. Now, he really fits in this year. Obviously not in 2019. They won the World Series. But in 2020, his talents were being wasted just on a terrible team. They did end up finishing in 4th place, which is better than 5th place, I guess. A lot of that helps from a kind of bad division, honestly. It was top-heavy with the Astros and the A's. But besides that, it was just the kind of terrible division, honestly. Number 5 is Lance Lynn of the Texas Rangers. Now, Lance Lynn fits on this list because the last 2 seasons he's had a great year, and the Rangers aren't doing anything with him. They're literally letting him pitch for a 5th place team, which sucks for Lance Lynn because he went to their team definitely not to be a 5th place team, but apparently he did because, man, the Rangers, disappointment. Next is Joey Gallo of the Texas Rangers. Joey Gallo is another player that I feel like his talents are being wasted in Texas, and the reason for that is because I feel like I just feel like his talents are being wasted. Next, at number 7, is Juan Soto of the Washington Nationals. Juan Soto, wow, his talents really are being wasted. Just SMH. I mean, his talents are really being wasted. This, especially, well, not last year, but this season, which is a problem. I mean, Juan Soto is a really good player and one of the top young players in the game right now. And Juan Soto just was on a bad team this year. Very simple, bad team. Injuries did play a part in that. Soto had corona for the first 14, well, not 14. He got it right before the season started, so he had to sit out quite a few games. Strasburg was injured, Scherzer was injured, just everybody was injured for that team. Next is Xander Bogaerts of the Red Sox, and the reason Xander Bogaerts is on this list is because, man, for a great shortstop like he is, and for the Red Sox to be as bad as they are with the hitting that they have and the pitching potential that they have, they should not be this bad, especially this season. Benintendi is the next one. Andrew Benintendi of the Boston Red Sox, and the reason he fits on this list is because of obvious reasons. They were terrible this year, and he had a below 100 batting average. Ron Renicky, I'll give him the full blame for this. What a terrible manager he was. And if you say anything else, I don't know what game you were watching. Maybe me and you were watching a different game. Because Ron Renicky was a terrible manager. So bad. I would go out and say he was the worst manager in the league this year. Chris Woodward is pretty bad too for the Rangers. They need to get him out of Texas, but that's another rant for another day. Yeah. I think Benintendi will be back next year, though, especially with new coaching staff and hopefully better. Next is Nolan Arenado of the Colorado Rockies. And the reason Nolan Arenado is on this list is because, for one, 2 seasons they finished above 500 in his 7 years in Major League Baseball. 5 years below 500. Terrible. What a player that talents are just being wasted. I feel bad for him. I wish he would get the heck out of Colorado. Maybe he should come to Atlanta, Push him to the World Series. We definitely need it after our 3-1 choke. Number 11 is Mike Trout of the Los Angeles Angels. He is the final player on this list. And the reason Mike Trout is on this list is for obvious reasons. They've made the playoffs once since he's been with Angels. You get Rendon, and they're worse. Huh? And Joe Adele, he's supposed to be the next Mike Trout? Come on. Angels have got to do something. And this season, Joe Madden, I don't know what his problem was this season. He just wasn't that great, honestly. The Angels' pitching, though, was a little better this season with Dylan Bundy being their ace, which I think Mickey Callaway helped that a lot now that he got out of New York, the Mets, managing, because he was pretty terrible as a manager. But he's a good pitching coach, and that's what the Angels got. Yeah, those are 11 MLB players that talents are being wasted. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you get notified whenever I upload a video. Link to my other channels in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back with more videos soon.